So in a recent video, I covered off the email engagement feature within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for sales, which really is a mechanism that allows you to track the engagement with the emails that you send out from within your Dynamics system. One thing I didn't have time to cover was how that can be used in conjunction with the templates that you set up and use within the system. And I think the combination of the two is quite powerful. So let's go into the system. I'll show you what I mean. I'm actually in a contact record at the moment, and I've got the ability to include templates in the emails I send out. So if I just create one here, if I create an email, I've got this area at the top here called Insert Template. If I just click on that, I can then insert a template, and I can insert a template that I've personally created, or I can send out a template that's managed in the back end of the system. So I'm just going to choose this Contact Reconnect one. It gives me a preview of this, and then I can apply it, and then that goes into my email, and I can now send that out. So that's effectively a templated email. I've also got these email engagement features. As I've touched on, I've enabled this in my test system. By default now it's going to track all the emails I send out, but I can toggle that on to do not follow. I can schedule that email for a later time, at a better time when I think people are more likely to open it, and I can set a reminder on that email. These are all sort of email engagement features. Now what's interesting is if I go back into this, here's an email I sent out earlier. I'm just going to open this up. I've got some recipient activity information appearing on that email. So it's telling me that I've had one open and I've had one reply, no attachments viewed, no links clicked. And I've got a bit of an audit trail as to what's happened there. So I'm getting some feedback on that email that I've sent out previously. However, I also get that feedback on the templates I'd use. So in this case, I'd used a template to send that out, the one I've just sort of shown you on the previous email I started to compose. And now if I go into the back end of the system, I can see that I've got a list of all my email templates. The one I've used there is the Contact Reconnect one, and I can see data around the number of the reply percentage, the open percentage, the number that have been sent, and number have been opened, and number that have been replied to. So I've only sent one because I've only recently turned email engagement, not validation, that's something different, email engagement on, and we've just done one test mailing on it. But the point is we are getting stats back in terms of how often are our templates being used and how they're performing out in the field. And that's really interesting. I'm a great fan of templates. I think they save a lot of time. People can use them now to sort of think about and spend time composing emails. Not everybody is a great wordsmith, so trying to put something together that works well and making it available to everybody makes the emails that get sent out a lot more effective. But this sort of adds icing to the cake, because now we're getting some performance statistics around how much of those templates being used and how well are they performing. Are people engaging with them, or are they not engaging with them? And that sort of feedback allows us to tweak and tune that, so we can potentially change templates, we can test different options and see if we can get a better response. So it gives us feedback, allows us to optimize the use of templates. As I say, I think templates are a very powerful feature, and this kind of helps significantly. Anyway, hopefully that helps show how sort of the email engagement feature can help you with your templates. If you're currently using Dynamics and you feel you really want to get a bit more out of it, and you want sort of some guidance on best next steps, then feel free to reach out. Put some links below. Always happy to have a chat with you about your particular situation. Also, if you've got any suggested content ideas, please see the links below. And we've got quite a range of Dynamics videos on this channel, so feel free to check those out. Anyway, thanks very much for your time today, and hopefully see you again soon.